What does the Outer Space Treaty do? You might be surprised. The Outer Space Treaty, which was signed in 1967, laid the groundwork for international space law and set the foundation of standards to be followed by any country or organization that wanted to explore the final frontier. It's been ratified by 106 countries, including the United States, Canada, Japan and China. The treaty might seem like an abstract concept at first glance, but it has played an important role in shaping the direction of scientific progress around the world. You can find out what it does and why it matters by simply watching. The Outer Space Treaty was ratified in 1967. The Outer Space Treaty is an agreement between 106 countries, including all of the major space-faring nations, to not use weapons of mass destruction in outer space and to keep it free from any sort of military activity. It sets regulations on individual conduct as well as international cooperation. The treaty covers all aspects of exploration and use of outer space. The Outer Space Treaty is the most widely accepted international agreement for space exploration and use. It also includes a joint statement of principles on national interests in outer space that establishes guidelines for how states can conduct themselves within this new domain. The treaty prohibits signatories from placing nuclear weapons or weapons of mass destruction in orbit around Earth, installing them on celestial bodies or stationing them in outer space. The treaty prohibits countries from claiming ownership of any part of outer space. In February of 1967, the United Nations agreed on what would become known as the Outer Space Treaty. It was designed to prevent any country from claiming ownership of any part of outer space. The treaty has been signed by 106 countries and ratified by another 27. It prevents countries from placing nuclear weapons in orbit or claiming ownership over any territory on other planets. That being said, there are some caveats. If a country is responsible for an object that's landed on a planet, they are not allowed to claim it even if they were the ones who placed it there. Similarly, if an object crashes onto a foreign planet, then that country can lay claim to it if they find it before anyone else does. And finally, in regards to weaponization, some countries have obtained permission from the UN for their military forces stationed on celestial bodies like satellites orbiting Earth. The treaty also establishes guidelines for the peaceful use of outer space. However, it does allow military activity in space under certain conditions. Military activity that can be undertaken without causing any harmful interference to existing satellites falls into the category of peaceful use of outer space, while other military activity may require notification or permission from other signatories to the treaty. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty has been ratified by over 100 countries, including the United States and Russia, but not by China. The treaty limits weapons of mass destruction to be placed in orbit around Earth or other planets, protects astronauts from being attacked during exploration and space travel, and prevents outer space from becoming a theater for war. It was also designed to ensure that no nation would claim ownership over any part of outer space or its resources. In short, it's pretty important stuff. Final thoughts. The Outer Space Treaty is one of the most important international treaties about space. It was signed by the United States, Russia, and other countries in 1967 and ratified by the Senate of the United States in 1968. It has been updated since then to reflect current technology, but it still provides a framework for how space should be used. The treaty gives all nations equal rights to explore space and doesn't allow for any nation to claim sovereignty over any celestial body that is outside Earth's atmosphere or beyond its orbit around the Sun. These rules are what make exploration possible and peaceful, as they prevent conflict over resources or territorial claims when we're not even sure who owns what out there yet. Well, there you have it. Everything you wanted to know about the Space Treaty. Let us know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.